how does having a second suite in a rental or in a primary residence or a property you're looking to purchase for yourself, how does that help you qualify for more money?
It's one of the most fantastic ways to really get yourself off to a good start. If we're looking at a property that has a legal second unit, okay, there's always a percentage of the fair market rent we can use towards the application to help with affordability. Okay, so if you are a newer buyer, even a second buyer that just wants to get into something where someone else is helping pay your mortgage, it's fantastic. Right? Yes, you got to weigh out the risk. Are you okay being a landlord? Are you okay being a landlord in the same property you're renting? There's little things you got to think about. Having said that, if you can do that, there's tremendous opportunity, not to mention the resale value. When you go to sell that property as a 2-unit or a 1-unit with the accessory apartment, it's a fantastic way to do it. Absolutely. And it helps. It definitely helps with affordability.
Nice. Yeah, I always tell clients, when we're looking at putting in a legal unit, in terms of the resale value, I mean, uh, buyers definitely allocate a certain premium to having a legal accessory apartment already done and ready to go, because it is or can be a difficult process to navigate through city permitting and contracting and approvals to actually get to the point where your unit is legal,
Yeah.
because there are some units that are not legal that do exist. But the other thing we usually talk about is, to your point, it helps buyers qualify for more money having that legal income. So now they're in a position where they can actually afford to pay you more money for your house.
Totally. And I think if they're looking at a house that they're going to do the renovation on, okay, there's different strategies that we look at as well. Like, for example, if they've got a cosign with a parent to get the property so that they can then do the work to qualify on their own, perfect. We plan that out, right? Most lenders are going to look at the property as is. I always tell people, banks and lenders don't go on promises, right? We would like to see it done. So if you're going to do it, that's fantastic. Could we do the purchase, look at a refinance? Because theoretically, if you're doing that second unit, you should be able to increase the value of that asset. So if you got the right realtor working with you and the right mortgage person, all of a sudden this can be planned out. Yeah, things happen. It is what it is. But if it's planned out, that's another opportunity as well. Then you can get some of that money back that you've invested. So
Yeah, fair enough. Now, how would the bank view that if you purchase a property and then you go back to them 6 months or a year later and say, "Hey, look, we've done work, we've increased the value of the property, and we'd like to borrow more money against it," or I mean, even just to remove a cosigner? Is that how does that process look on your end, and how is it viewed by the bank?
really straightforward. That there's not much to it other than what you've described. So 6 months down the road, the work has been done. It's now worth more money. If the numbers all work, dependent on what the original mortgage amount was, can we take the existing mortgage, port the mortgage to the new product we're using, and then release funds on equity? Very simple to do, right? There's no timeline to say, okay, it's only been 6 months, we're not going to entertain this. Not at all, right? Get to that 6-month part. If it's worth more, it's worth more, right? And then they can take that money, they can do whatever. They can go buy another property, they can finish up some renos, whatever the case may be. It's always on a case by case basis when it's presented to the lender. That's what it comes down to.